Mutes off. Stream to the actual view. Heyo! Happy Sunday. In the tradition of all things that are good and doing these sort of things, I got myself a funny little art book open. Hey Luca, happy Sunday. I hope you learned something good about Digimon on the course of this stream, because I know you're a little older, may not have seen the hype that is collectible card game and action battler that is Digimon Tamers, but you're gonna learn that boy howdy was it capitalist hell for our parents. Because not only was it collectible toys and a card game, it was collectible toys and a card game that was in a cartoon about battling things using a card game. So, my original plan, obviously, was to do the funny little Digivice, which I can see I got zoomed a little into the wrong spot here. But we got a whole bunch of goodies with the D-Ark here, which, of course, was a collectible toy, but also, within everything, it taught you to swipe cards into a little controller so that you could level up all your creatures. So, boy capitalism, use your magic adult card and win. So yeah, was Digimon Tamers the first pay-to-win system? I don't know. It's probably bad, but the good news is we have roughly what we need with a front view, some hints as to what's going on in the back, a general scale of the hand, and then of course the side view. So easy. Other than that, what we have some things about the cards, as well as the Card Fighter EX game system, which suspiciously looks like, you know, a debit machine. Even with the mag stripe on the cards, don't worry about it. But we have all our goodies tucked away in the wonders of, oh, what is this one? Wikimon, because Digimon, haha, of course. So we can learn about all the different cards, everything that's great. And if we even wanted to be as extra as to match the shape that is within the anime, even better. That's okay. We've got all the cards, we can be extremely extra about it. And I don't think I have that tab there, but that's okay because I know I saved it to the computer box. We don't need that, we don't need that, we do need this. Where are we going? Costumes. We're going to our Digimon folder. We got our references. They made things. These were very collectible. So, this one specifically being the one for our main character, once it levels up to its ultimate form, because everything within these is about leveling up and becoming better and better. I believe this appeared when Gallantmon became a thing. Cool night guy, don't worry about it. But most importantly, it gives us dimensions that we have to kind of guess and check against our hands. 85 millimeters, yeah, that about a hand width. What did we see on here? Yeah, they're kids' hand sizes. We'll go with it, see how it works, do a test print, and if it doesn't feel right, well, means we'll just end up adjusting. So, what we have our wonderful art book that is fairly high resolution. I think this might be the winner for the front profile, aside from the toy itself. But we'll save that, throw it into our Digivice section. Where are we at? Digimon. We'll call it D-Ark front. And then we'll get away from all these goodies there. We even have a view of the clip, so if we wanted to be extremely extra, we can go shopping within the McMaster car toolbox to get the exact right clip for the lanyard that goes on your belt. And we've got our D-Ark side view. Cool. It always looks in the show a lot more rounded than that, but we'll see if we can match those profiles. Overall, I think it can be a couple lofts, because we have a rounded base, which I guess the batteries go into, and then a interesting front face profile that's roughly parallel with where the card swipes through. So we'll figure that out. Start a new thing, and I'll start making some of these canvases so that we can go from what we got within the art book. Digimon. Start with our front canvas and try and straighten that out because it was decoratively shown to us. Kinda centered. Close enough. We can adjust as needed. And because we need to, we'll adjust this to our known size based off the toy. Where is our image of the toy? Beauty. We have our lanyard length, we don't care about that. We care about our width of the body in the X and Y there. So, 75 millimeters wide. Let's see if this image translates roughly to the thing. So, calibrate point to point across the Digivice. We'll call that 75. And it is a little lumpy, but that's okay. We'll use it as our quick estimate. Comes out a little longer, but that's okay. Neat. I guess the easiest way here, just for sake of symmetry and following things along, what I will do is I'm just gonna position this a little more centered with the origin here, and we'll use this central button as our determining point. So it looks kind of centered. We'll figure that out. And again, we have that center button as our midpoint, and we'll do the side profile here, which we can tell is a little bit more detailed for the actual shape than the one that was stylistically done. We'll call that, oh, just sneak up on it being parallel. Nice. Actually, I got too entertained in the funny number that I messed everything up there. Close enough. And then we'll calibrate this because we know that we have the length from top to bottom based on the toy, which was 85. And then from the two of those we can roughly align them. So we'll just drag that up, matching the bottom roughly. Needs to be a little larger. Because, like we said in the first part, it was not quite correct to the toy because of projection. So we'll just call that 88 for a quick guess. Seems about right. And bring that up to match the bottom to the bottom and the top to the top. I think we can work with those two sketches as our basis here. So I know that I'm drawing within the center and aligned with that button there. So we'll use this funny geometry that I think they even gave us a center point for. Alright, where's the artist for this book? Does it say who drew this page? No. Possibly, but I don't think I can see a credit stamp for the whole page. Oh well. I will find that out and then send all of my thanks to whichever artist did this, because that is a lifesaver. Okay, we'll just start throwing in some numbers. Roughly go with the outer line there and add some chamfers in after, because that will bring us to our outer extent. And then the body itself looks like we have two different arcs there. And then we have, actually, let's work with our midline here. Start defining a few features off of it. Roughly centered. And all of this is just so we can swipe a card through our toy. We'll get some sort of tangency there. And start building that plane where we meet the front face of the Digivice. Alright. I'm worried that this one's going to be real quick, because this is pretty slim for what we actually have to do here. We'll get that. Add some fillets in here, just to meet the profile. I think this one should extend just a little, so then we can come out here and then round those over. Okay, and then going a little overboard here with what's on this actual sketch, we'll use these just to get our overall width there. Attachment point so that we can loop it onto our cool Digimon clothes of the, when was this, late 90s? Early 2000s? It's okay. We'll do that. And that one looks like it's got a little bit of a bend into it. Add some curves, because these ones effectively can just be an extrude and then an intersect with the front. And I think I want to adjust that one as well. So we'll do that, and this, and a little fillet just for style points. So this is a little bit of noise, but we have what we need to make the body there. So I think that's enough to start throwing some shapes together. Now, where do we actually want things? So we have that. I think we'll start by bringing in, actually, clean up this sketch a little. Don't need these. Nothing is really defined off of this. Just keep cleaning it up so that less things need to be adjusted later on. And can even go so far as to just trim these away. Add that and dimension these just so that we have at least some reference points in there and some constraints. Don't need this midline. That'll give us that. And I guess to clean these up even more so, do those. Because it's all just filling in the sketch here. Good enough. Now, I think the play is we do it on one side here. We know that it was 75, so that'll give us 76 in width, which is fairly close to where we want it to be. And that being said, we are getting a little bit of a chamfer on that after. So, yeah, that'll give us the shape there. And on this side, it's pretty close as well. So, then I think what we'll do. Easiest approach here. It's going to be some sort of loft, I think. So we'll grab everything there. We don't need those. But what we'll do is bring this roughly to that midpoint. Do we bring it to the corner? Bring it to that corner. We'll do that to that. And then don't know if it's too early to loft here, but we'll see. Call that just a test for now. Because it's a little lumpy. A little lumpy. Let's play with this a bit. I think the trick will be, though, is once we build up more of the body, just do a variable fillet there to blend it in. So I think having this awkward point that will effectively bring us up to the line where that face is, I think that's the ticket that we need. And then from there, we can bring these parts basically up to here. We'll call it a new body for now. And then all of that can be filleted later. Because basically I'm just building up the forms from the side perspective and combining there. So are mashed potatoes and we love them anyway. Yeah, that's definitely one way of looking at this. A little convoluted method. So, let's just keep building that shape up. It's gonna be not the cleanest. We'll bring it up to the center. We'll keep it as a separate thing for now with new body. And now we just need to use this lower segment here. Doesn't have that bump out there. I think the play will be, ooh, that's gonna be a little weird. Bring it out part way. Then, yeah, we'll do a plane between the edges here where those two fillets begin. And then focus on drafting this to get the match in angle that we're looking for on the side. Pretty close. Yeah, it might be have been a little too early to do a loft there, but the forms are still there and we can adjust as needed. So I think keep that rounded as we need it to be. It's not quite the curvature that we'll be looking for though. Okay. Basically the side profile, it matches for the most part because I'm leaving all the face buttons for later. So I think it's just a matter of tweaking these. So what I think the play, we have this line, we have that line, and we roughly want a tangency there. And we'll extend this one as well and see if just a simple fillet there will round us over enough that we can get that shape. I think that'll be fine. Now, what nonsense did it make there? Get rid of that noise. We will basically bring this sketch down to there, and all of this can be a cutting tool. Just to round that over. That's a little messy. Don't know how I feel about that. Let's go back and adjust this one. Oh, I know why it did that shape. Uh-huh. Yeah, because I gave it a sharp point there. Let's go in and adjust this. Still a little messy, but we can play with it. Now for this, we have our shape there, which blends into this curve. So that line effectively into that line. I do need to let's try being a little silly. Split that. Nope. We want this split with this and extended. And we'll do this split with this and extended. Now that might be a lot, so again, split and extend is what I'm effectively doing. It's just making a blend surface there. We'll call that a new one for now. See how that goes. That's a tool body we don't really need, so I'm just gonna create a container there for these, because that's noise, that's noise. I might even be able to just start blending some of these in together. Now for the rounded shape up at the top, I think what I'm going to have to do here is create a projection. We'll get that curve so that we can get a point up at the top. And for the sake of the mirrored object, what I'm gonna do, grab that, go across this midpoint that we have here, create an arc that basically gets us up to there, and just trim that section so that it has a smooth transition over the top. Now, I think I just want this along that path. That's what the goal is there. And then once these are combined, everything can be roughly blended in together. So, what fresh hell have I made for myself? I think I'll be able to just bump this downward, yeah. So that's mostly a solid body that we have for there. Then doing a fillet around this line so that we can have the curvature smooth for the base there. And then do something similar on the back, Because I don't think the art book actually showed much on the back other than there's some sort of battery panel or cover for the top section there. It's like they were focused on play the video game. Oh well. I guess we go back into Fusion and start fiddling around with that. So, I'm going to be brave. Just going to start blending all these bodies into one another so that we can start playing with the smoother transitions. So, if I grab this and that and get us roughly to that shape there, should be okay, and then we can blend that panel out. Now, for this, it'll definitely want a variable of some sort, so we'll put a point where that panel is, because this end is already defined by the previous fillet there. But this one, oh, let's try sneaking up on it. Not so much. Okay, it'll let us manipulate there, but it won't let us manipulate there. So I might have to come back to that line and work by this one. But for the upper, we definitely have some room to play. Just need to work on the transition there between how it blends this into this. Because it's a little smoother than the chaos we have going on. Because this... yeah. Let's see if we can just get away with a variable fillet on this as well. So, no, it won't let us do variable because I have adjusted things there. But that's okay. Go on the extreme end. And that'll let us work there. We'll call it 2.5 for now. Some of the math it's doing here is pretty funny. What is it even doing there? I'm not complaining. Just blend it all out. Okay. Sure, we'll do that. And this, oh geez, I don't even know what it'll let us do. Everything? Okay. These parts, I think, even get overrun. Yeah, they totally do. So this doesn't even need to be pretty, it just needs to be logical for whatever's going on for that side view. Oh, I'm grabbed on the wrong toggle. Where was that? Yes, chat, I'm a brave boy. I'll just say dumb stuff like that all the time for you. Okay, it's got a little bit of a lump, but that's okay because we're matching the profile. And then we have all this noise here. So we'll bring one of these over, because we know that it ends up there for our strap. And then we have a segment there. We'll just call that a new body for now. We'll actually make the thing. And then we already have a flat surface on there from which we can draft. We'll match the angle and then just push this back a little. This is a lot of rough freeform sculpting to match the thing. Pull that in a little, and because it was the early 2000s, everything had nice soft fillets because for some reason injection molded plastic ruled the day. We'll do that. I don't know how I feel about that position. It looks roughly correct. I think what I'm gonna do is just get rid of this from the timeline entirely. Possibly even the one before it. Let's bring this roughly out to overlap, and then continue the I'm a brave boy line of reasoning. No, that's going to make it much more difficult. Oh well. There was a thought there, and it was worth a shot. So unfortunately I have to do those again. For this though, what I think I'm gonna do, let's be a little cheeky. Will it let me do a plane through 3 points? One there, one there. Is there one along the path here? No, I've gotten rid of them. That's okay. Can just do it with a sketch. Send viewers. Haha. Do I have my moderator panel open here? back to this stuff. I was doing the get this line that can then become a plane. Just so I can separate these. So it's a little messy what I'm doing. Maybe don't try this at home. To do variable here, we knew that was why are you being a silly bugger like that? Bring that to 9. There we go. Actually cooperating. I think that's effectively where we were before, but much cleaner. Bring those in. Then we have this for our strap connection. And we'll do a constant for that. And that might be a little excessive, but we'll see. It connects, it's happy, and we can blend it out. I say that we can blend it out, it is lying. I wonder if it'll let me through that. There we go. No, it's gonna be mean. Oh well. I guess we'll do it one by one. Ah, no, that's the culprit right there. Just a little bit of excess left over. Ain't that just the way that one little piece is gonna cause all the problems? Yep, that was entirely it. Okay, so that seems to be our extent. Cool. That's pretty much the shape that we're going for there, and then we can clear up the bottom with probably a consistent shape. We'll just get it to match that point there. Slightly less than 5.5. And just the one more here. Which might want a variable one as well. Leave that as it is. Oh, no, it's not going to let me. How rude. If we do a lock point there, even that. Will it let me sneak it? No? How rude. let's see. If I remove that, it gets violent. So we'll keep that. If we remove that, that makes our life a little bit easier. Much easier even. Because it lets us do that at a constant. I wish it would give me the tooltips and actually highlight the areas that it's having issues with. But that's being much too expecting. Okay, I think that just means that I'll even go further as to just remove these. Wow, it's being extra cranky today. We'll do one step at a time. And if that doesn't play nice, we have ways of making it cooperate. We'll go 1 point, 1 point, 1 point. There. We'll get rid of that original plane that we had. We'll go and sneak our way into these. Now, for that one, let's do one little test piece here first. Will it? No. Wow, it even locked everything up. How unfortunate. Do I lose everything? Because boy howdy have I not saved. It might actually crash out. Okay. With that fear struck into me, let's go and make a new project here for Digimon. It's figuring itself out, and we have a D-Ark Digivice, which I might even save. One last attempt on this. Let's go to the extents. That gives me enough to work with there. So do this very awkwardly, that we have that face to remove, and then using that gap we can just patch it. use the stitch, and no one ever has to know. Nobody'll know. Who's gonna know? And I think it's just this one that we need to play with. My order of combination there may have messed with that. Then, I guess... yeah, my order of combination really messed with some things. Ain't that just the way? Oh well. I guess what we'll do then is we'll do an axis through... it doesn't recognize that that's still a cylinder. But we know that it's still a cylinder because we made tools there. Haha. We'll do a plane at an angle. And we can chamfer to our heart's content. We have that. We're gonna knock it back 1.5 mm. Might as well just do it as a square from there. We'll do our 3-point rectangle. 3, 3, like so. Giving ourselves a little bit of extra to work with. And then a sweep of that about that. Give me the full circle, please. Section. Fine, we'll go one at a time. And we'll get it to cut like we've asked. It's not gonna like that loft. How unfortunate. Let's try doing it just one at a time here. It's really not being kind. Let's try from this. And going that way. And we have our arc. We'll do a center rectangle. Do it a little larger this time because it's centered on there. Now, that's not going to give me enough, will it? Let's go to our midpoint and just effectively skim it here. So, that, let's try a sweep over that angle. Better. And then we'll do the exact same thing going the opposite direction. much better. Now, will it let me... There we go. That'll give a little bit of play. And let's see if it'll let us do the same on this side. No, it won't let us go all the way to 10. That's okay. It looks a little messy in shape, but I think it'll work. Because we can always clean it up here. With the power of patch. And that'll give us the right tangencies that we want anyway. So we'll fill that back in, and that's okay. So I think the main body is there. Now for the strap itself, we're going to need some way to actually connect this thing. So, do another center rectangle here, roughly on the center. 2x5, yeah, that sounds alright. And pull it to our center. Yeah, that should be fine. And we'll do constant, grab those, and add some fillets so that it's a little less rough on whatever strap we do add in. Do a little bit. Oh, it really does not want to play for that. I don't think I've seen it complain about some of these chamfers in so long. This is really struggle busing it today. Now, the unfortunate downside of a lot of this is I've done so much on this main body that I doubt it will, at this point, let me actually do any sort of hollowing procedure. I'm gonna gamble, though. I'm gonna be smart about it. I'm gonna save. And then I'm gonna gamble. Oh, it's chugging. I can hear the computer ramp up. He can learn? He can, but will he? Partial cut has returned. I think that's okay with me. Let's see what math it thinks it has done correctly. Okay, that's good. That's good too. What did it actually do here? I'm not gonna say it's best, because... no. I think I'm just gonna clear all this away in surface. And then see if that's what it's doing, because it's doing something. Oh, it still thinks this is a solid body. That's very reassuring. Okay, it knows that and that. Okay. Sure. I don't think it actually understands what's going on. Okay. The more I cut into it, the more it thinks that it's still a solid. And yet it knows it can't delete faces from there. What are you doing? Let's go back to this one and see if a different thickness will actually let me play. And give a result that's not the absolute chaos. Because sharp shell is usually my enemy. Rounded shell with its smooth form. Partial result has been returned again. Okay. Let's see what it thinks. Nope, it just did it that time. Alright, sweet. Yep, alright. Plug in a different number, get a different result. Magic. I guess it's time to start working on the faces of the Digivice. Okay. I kind of want to adjust that, but I'm also kind of terrified to adjust that. So, you know what? I'm gonna hit save. I'll do something dumb for it. So that curve, that curve, that curve. Where is our one for the front face? There. Is it this one? No, that's the back. So it was right. It was this one. No better match. I see. That's totally why. I got it as a near neighbor, not quite to where we wanted it to be. And that, unfortunately, small change will make it do a bunch of math, and we'll see if it falls over. Which is a perfect time to just have a little drink. Doesn't look like anything fell over. We still have a hollow, so that's good. I wonder... It was... It's our side sketch, that is... our lower profile. This is the arc. If I change that arc to be a little higher, Will that give me the curvature I want? Also, will it destroy everything? Find out next time on Digimon. It didn't destroy everything, so that's good. However, it did destroy one thing. And it'll give me a little more room to play with this. Not much. But it is math that we can play with. There's every little bit there. Okay. Let's actually just get rid of that. Will that cause chaos in the timeline? Also not sure. This one just feels very fiddly. I think I also want to just move this and get it in line with the top almost. That'll probably cause a lot of chaos of dragging that around. I did some math. It seems okay with it. Neat. I learned nothing. My tomfoolery will continue. Stop playing with those sketches, play with the actual sketch. So, we got a funny screen that we're gonna work with here in the center. And roughly everything is based off of this screen in the middle here. Do that. We have a funny button, our main iPad control, iPod even, haha. And then for those, what do we have? I think I need to look at the color version again. Oh, that's not even a panel, it's just sharp features. Okay. Well, that makes life a little easier. So if I have that sketch line and go up there, make this into a construction tool, then also make that into a construction guide. Let's see how far we can get with some arcs here. It's not bad. Definitely not bad. Add a little bit of fillet to them. And down here, I think we can also see how far we can get away with just a little bit of arcs at tangents. So go a bit lower there, add a tangent, and then fill it. And for the last one, get our sharp angle there. Do a arc for some tangency off of there. That's not bad. Almost terrifying that that worked out as easily as it did. So, we only need this sketch effectively. We've got all of our panels. Now this is where some of this will work out and some of this will need to be played with. Because this is kind of on an angle here. I think bringing it to that will be okay, as long as that doesn't actually cut through the main surface. That's a little ugly. Let's see how far we need to go for that. Well then, let's not do it that way. Just not do it through that means. What I will do then, where did my sketch go? It's very visible right now. So we have that continuing, and that appears to be good. Up here is a little wobbly, and down there is a little wobbly, but we can adjust. Merge those two. Why is there only two? Split it with this. I lost my origin. Where did the origin go? Thank you. Okay. Actually combine these parts that we want to keep as one. Start playing with this other noise. So that curve is the one that's causing a little grief. So let's go for the side profile and see if we can smooth it out. So have this and that. Let's do just an arc there and see if we can get a tangent to work for us here. Go into the surface, do some splitting. Also split that one. and then do a patch here. Stitch all those back together. And now, oops. That's fine. Now this overruns that slightly. So if I use this to knock that back, we don't need this. But we do have that and that. And we're pretty good looking there. So, if we want to be a little bit more on the side of, hey, let's make this look nice and clean for the render, if I blend these into one face, again with the stitch, keeping the tangency that I have on as default, do that, and then we'll see if we can be a little greedy on this one. No, it does not want to delete that. Interesting. Oh, that's looking pretty lumpy bumpy. Let's see if just doing these three will give a better result. Less lumpy bumpy, but still there. So let's not mess with it for now. Yeah, that's why. We do have some lumpy bumpies. Well then, if we got lumpy bumpies, let's get rid of them. Do a trim. Right, because I actually haven't broken this body apart yet. Use that. Oh, that's getting rid of a lot more than I thought. Oh dear. Let's not trim. We'll just split face. Less lumpy. Still a bit of bumpy. So then, if that's going to be a little lumpy, let's go and clean it up. Because it's this section here messing everything up between these 2 points. So, what's the easiest way to go about that? I didn't go into this expecting to do a fiddle around in the surface environment, but hey, plans change, baby. What we'll do is we'll just extrude one of those to give us a little bit of work to play with. Do that to create another sketch. We have that point and that point, which are our sticking points. And I guess I do want a little bit extra past that, just so that we can get our tangencies and actually make it look nice. give me a tangent there. It'll give me... it'll give me something. Let's go tangent to this. No, it won't. Alright. Fine. Be that way. Alright. And we'll also get these lines because we'll need them. And I think that's enough there. So this can be trimmed with I see. There we go. And we'll do the same there. Getting rid of that chunk. And we'll do that, getting rid of that. And then this piece here, I don't know why it doesn't want to go. Let's unstitch it and be chaos. Yep, chaos. Now, which one are you? You are 24. You are bad. However, we can stitch 25 through 86 and patch that so it'll be smooth. Stitch that. No more lumpy bumpies. However, it does appear. Aha. Ha ha ha. Do have to count. Okay, which one are you? 25. Alright, get out of here, 25. Stitch all those together. We patch that up once again. Stitch that together. And it's still saying that it's a surface body. Where is there a gap? Small dot right there. Okay. Well, isn't that just a nightmare? Let's get rid of that. Get rid of that. Tell it to do this. Hopefully that gives us a solid body. Perfect. So those tools there for our rebuilding of that wall can disappear. And I think that'll let us actually do what we were going to do before all that nonsense started. So I'm gonna pop these just a little proud of the rest of the surface. Will it let me? No, it won't. Of course it won't. Where is the problem section? That's the problem section right there. Now, what is it? Why is this proud of that? Ever interesting. Now, because I've fiddled around with those, I don't trust that this face actually matches with what I had designed there first. So, we'll do one on this, get that length there to show where we're at. And yeah, I would say that some of the things have changed. Just do something that meets that. And then I'm gonna just create an extrusion there with this. Maybe not even that. What I do need is this one, and that is a projection, and do that, an arc. I actually have it as a straight line. Did I eyeball that? That's kind of nuts. I don't like that. All right. Now, let's try this along that. And we can adjust this point in and out as needed. A little too far. I think that's the winner. Okay, then back to that, split with the surface, hide that, hide that. And then, in theory, that will let us do, that's still too aggressive for my liking. Okay. Let's try with just these sections. Ever strange. It is just not letting me do anything in that vein. So, I'm thinking we're just gonna keep going with the god dang surface environment. Are we going the right direction? We're going the right direction. We'll get rid of these. It's kind of funny how I thought this was going to be just a simple two-step thing. Not happening today. Alright. Hello? These should all be one profile. Why is it not doing that? Gross. We'll do it one section at a time then. Almost getting too greedy there. Okay, I think that'll be enough that it'll let me stitch everything together. What even did it do there? Bring that in. Bring that in. All right. So in theory, do that. Should just run the full length there and be able to stitch it together. And it is a body that has a offset there. It's a little dirty, but I think it works for what I wanted. Now, will it let me chamfer that like I wanted originally? Not even. I ain't getting no luck out of this thing today. Dear Fusion, what did I do to piss you off? Alright, I think we have to manually chamfer it again. That one and that one. So let's go that far, that far. And do that. Okay, it just seems to be that section there. Oh, if I was smart. Do that with the back section hidden so that we're not running it over. And then let's see if it'll even let me continue on with the sweep. No, it's just not cooperating in the slightest with this geometry. So let's see why it's not playing nice. Okay, that's giving me the opposite vibe, so that's alright. I don't know what's going on right now. This is some of the weirdest stuff going all on one stream. Variable. This end. Okay. So now it's actually cooperating. We'll give a limit there. Give okay. No, it's frozen. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. That's not, no. Flip turn backwards. Don't know why it's flip turned backwards, but it sure is. But it'll give me a consistent arc around there now, so I guess that's good. But it won't let me chamfer still. Well, it's thinking about it. So that's more than it's given us yet. No. It's just not gonna play ball. Let's just get it to ignore sections then. Or it's frozen up. Okay, now it's fine. It's done the math. There is demons in here. Where did my actual sketch for the face go? There we go. At least these ones are easy, he says confidently. We'll do those. Wow, that's actually a lot more proud than I thought. Okay. We'll do that. Now, I have a feeling that face is going to be problematic, but we'll see. Actually fine. Let's see if getting rid of it will give us a cleaner result though, because it can always walk it back. Two and a half. Let's go 60 degrees here. Then doing that. Let's then go back to the toy because I don't, yeah, okay. So if we bring this inward, and then add our chamfer here, back to, and then down and inward for the bezel. And then it's the screen, which not too difficult here. Just do that for now. Actually, no, it doesn't need to be a new body. I'll just use it as a cutting tool. And for the sake of our render at the end, do that as a new body. And add a little bit of a chamfer off here. Okay. Now, considering the button here on the face is only on one side, we'll just bring it out for now. but not actually extrude it into the faces. We'll just keep it as a new body. So that needs to be accessible, and it does look like it's a little proud of the bezel. So maybe just like so. And then our buttons down here, we can start these. I guess we only need the one side because we're mirroring it. And we'll have our iPod clicker wheel, which will start as a new body there, just for the time being, because based on this, it looks like it's domed. So, oops, we'll get on the right facing there, isolate all that away, and we'll work on making that dome. So, give ourselves something for a tangent, do our arc from that point to this point with a tangency, and that should be enough for our revolve there. So revolve about that. Funny clicker wheel. And we don't need this at the time being. We don't need that at the time being. Might as well just do a construction plane there. So that we can do our carve in of the shape. The time being is not in the room with us now, unfortunately. He has abandoned us. What is the Digimon of time? There's gotta be one. They all have jobs and roles like that. If we were doing the Yu-Gi-Oh one right now and making the Duelist Kingdom version, I would be all over the Time Wizard jokes and the Joey Wheeler yeah, Time Wizard, Time Roulette, go. Guess this can go that way, and we can use that pizza pie as our cut. Is there any detail on the toy for those buttons? No, but there definitely is for that one. So, what does the art book have? Just a circle and a line, so kinda power button-y? Maybe? Not sure. Clockmon? That is rude. I don't believe you. Trying to get me to say rude words on stream. However, based on Digimon naming, I 100% believe they just... Clockmon. Oh no, we're being serious. Oh god. Of course he's a weird guy driving a clock. No. When does he even appear? Digimon Ghost Game? Wow. Apparently I need to go back and watch Digimon World. We'll do thin extrude on this one. Just for those details. And make sure that it's only on one way. I'm being a little bit of a dum-dum. Let's do a plane about this axis. This one can disappear. Goodbye, tools. Welcome back, tools. So that we have nice crisp lines, and heck, might as well. Now, mirror. Luca, would you lie to me? Well, the honest answer is, yeah, maybe a little. But only if it was funny. Does that make sense? No, that wants to be a little higher up here. And just so that it actually has a percent chance for being defined in the final print. A little bit of a chamfer. Hurt by the unwarranted attack. Only because it's accurate. Okay, we've got our button, we've got our screen, we've got the bezel, we got the colorful face for the front of our Digivice, and the frame within here. So I don't think I want to put the mucho texto around the thing. Shall we see if we can find whatever clip this may be? in the wonders of the Autodesk library. Whoop. Okay, all this can hide. We don't need the origin at the moment, so for the standard color of one of these, I think we still need to have our pieces separated as we have them right now. No, not dark. God damn it, of course that's a different thing. Well, no, those are all one color. It's just the bezel and the buttons that change. Okay, so in that case, we'll combine this and that. It's going to yell at me, of course it is. Great. That might be a math problem that I have to figure out after. So, I think I just need to go back to the very first sketch here. And do this funny thing. Do some offsetting here. Because we have the seam that runs through everything. And just do a little bit there. Combine it back together. For sake of completeness, please give me a tangent chain here. Just grab all those. And other than that, I think it's just a matter of the panel that's on the back for battery access, which we almost have based on the geometry here. But what we'll do, even go like so. And we'll do a split of that using this. We don't need that one anymore. And we'll call this battery cover, because that's what I'm assuming it will be. And we only want one side here, but just make a bit of a lip so that it can, oops. Let's do silly goose, like so. Not so much, this is only a small thing. Times 0.3. battery cover, which I believe is the last thing that we really have to do there, other than start mirroring things. So, call this the main shell. Scroll wheel, because that's totally what it is. Scroll button. We'll have 2 of these. Power button, because I'm not sure what else it would be. We got our screen. We got our bezel ring. We got our front panel. And we have our screen bezel. Alright. With all those, grab them all. Do some funny mirror magic. Oh good. It's always a treat when that happens. Let's not go by the midline. Let's go that way. It's thinking about it. That's not good. Let's once more do it as a new body. It'll at least mirror, but we can find out what the culprit is. That's fine. That one's fine. Our bezel's fine. Haha, it's the front cover. Is the main body a problem? No, it's not. So it's just that front cover. And I don't need this mirrored power button. Now we have the power to go from a midpoint here to do that. And I'm just going to do section analysis here. That point and be very lazy about it. And what do we do? Let's just do, heck it, we'll just do some lines. So goes around this one. Actually, I can project this. Don't even need that part. Have a projection of that. And get a chain of this. Let's go. Yeah, not quite as far. Not a revolve. We'll go thin extrude as we've done before. Uh, 20 mil. Do only as 0.5. We don't need our analysis. We don't need our origin. Do it as symmetric. And 0.5 in thickness both ways. So we'll just have this as our strap. We don't need any of those at the moment. So, McMaster car. Into the wonders of what webbing fittings do we actually need. So, I believe that's all the way down in here with... Oh, not in the webbing there. Do we have it in our clips? Pulling and lifting, right on. Do we need like a 10-ton lifting hook? Maybe. Let's just see. We'll just call it a clip and see what we got. Crazy stuff. Let's go into webbing buckles. Webbing hooks, even better. Let's see what we got. Hook and loop straps, pipe hangers, cinching straps, shoulder straps. That's the clip we need right there. I wonder. No, we don't get a model of it. That's unfortunate. Let's see. Plastic snap opening width. Where's the inside width? 1 inch, 3/4. 3/4 seems about right. Oh, we don't get a download of that. Rude. Let's see. Nope. We don't get one for that either. Ah, these ones do. Now let's take a look. Slide bolt pretty close. Inside width. We were, let's go 7/8. And we'll go step, download. That sketch can be adjusted to accommodate for our big clip. Oops. I think that just means that I need to position this guy. Oop. Right, it's multiple bodies. Call it there. And being entirely lazy about this, just do one of those. Digimon. Alright, I need to know what color I'm doing stuff here. What color Digivice are we making for this guy? Actually, those were red. Hey, look, we got red. So let's go back to... Oh, it's a red strap. with red buttons and such. How silly of me. Because everything's color coordinated in Digimon. Okay, bezel, buttons, which then makes that button orange. Yes. Then I guess I gotta make red fabric general. That's 163, 38, 38. Okay, those are in the same ballpark. Do I have white paint? Ugh, that's a little... I don't like that. Get rid of that. Glossy white. A little cooler, a little better. And I think we'll leave that for the button. And then do that for that. And I think there's even an LCD texture. Scree! What is it in the miscellaneous? Emissive display. Ah, of course. I should have known it was called display as opposed to screen. And I guess we'll bring it into the blue-ish territory to match with the 90s tech. And then this needs that cut out. This needs that cut out. And that is the power button. So button. Do that. Nope. Now, there was just that one detail of whatever power symbol that's on this. So, I guess we'll do that and a rectangle for what have you in the center here. Make it look like a Mario coin. And again, our extrude inward. That's way too wide. We'll center that, make our lives a little easier. And I still need this. Thank you very much. Nope. I just wanted it to match, but okay. Round this over. I was not expecting it to argue with that. Interesting. Alright. Scroll button, scroll wheel, scroll button. I'll just offset these a little so we get a little depth and can actually assemble everything, which Generally a nice treat to have. Got everything? Good. And I know that we'll have to do it in halves, because this thing has been picky all day. Even better. Well then, can I do any of this segment? No, down there, it's still complaining. Let's zoom way the heck in. No? Couldn't tell you why, but I think that's a fix it and post type thing. Sketches are good. Alright. Chat, we need one last thing. Which Digimon is on here? Because if we're going to be extra with these renders, we can do this. I just need to know who is going to be the Digimon that we're talking to. Fat ass rodent. Alright, beauty. Oh, this is a WebP file. Ugh. Who would do such a thing? Alright, what is the purpose of a WebP file? WebP to PNG. Rock and roll. Because there were cards for Digimon in here, weren't there? Increases Terriermon's speed and power? But is there a Terriermon card? Oh well. We'll go find a Terriermon sprite. Oh, he's cute as shit. Alright, we're doing this. We're going into Inkscape. If Inkscape wants to open up, that'd be cool. Now, how lazy do I want to be about this? I wonder, can I just trace everything? Hell yeah, I can. Okay, we got our grid. Da-na-na-na. Yeah, he just lives in there. Cool. We'll keep it pixelated to all hell. We go there. We'll just call it fat rodent, fat ass rodent. And we'll do a PNG as well. Sweet. Insert our decal. fat ass rodent. Look at him. Look at this fat ass. Now, this is our PNG. Totally is. Details 346 by 508. Okay. That's totally not the angle I wanted. .346 by 508, and then we'll just divide that by 5. That looks about right size. We'll go by 6. Where's me sketches? And we'll put in another funny little decal. Card game. The reason why we play Digimons. We just want card game. It's almost centered. Close enough. Man, is that bright. Merp. Something like that. And we'll edit the decal. Remove the chain faces so it stops some weird bleed. Do this in preparation for a cool render. Because card game. Sketches, we don't need those. Cool. Render. We don't really need that. We'll do our scene settings, change the position a little. So we're getting sparkle on the top edges of that bezel. We're in sharp highlights, which is default. That's good. And good luck, everyone. Digimon. Digimon. Cool. I think we win. This one's pretty easy to fix, so I think it'll be up later today. So everyone can pretend that they're... Oh, it's not the Digi-Destined. They were Digimon Tamers. So, don't forget, go buy card game. Get your cards, throw them into the wonderful Card Fighter EX system, and don't forget to steal your parents' credit card. Is that the lesson that we're learning today? Pay to win good? Launch a million furries. Oh, yeah. Alright. Well, I'm pretty sure that's what this previous page is all about. The art book. The art book. The art book. It's good. There's just so much good stuff in here. Like, look at this little guy. He's just full of whimsy and wonder. And then he goes to school or something. I don't know. Bad things happened. And then that's how the internet won. But that's a story for a different time. We made the little card game machine. Alright. Next week, not sure what we're gonna make. I think the fun thing to do is we do a loser's bracket, so we go back, take all the second place ones from the previous polls, throw them together, and see who comes out on top. Alice's baton. That's a thought as well. Loser's bracket or something like Alice's baton. We'll see. We'll play. Alright. Everyone, do your best this week. Take good care of each other. And we'll see you later.